Sup, you chuckle fucks? It's your boy, Dark Raikou here with mostly a what if. Not a new one, it's going to be uploading Isaac mostly's channel. If you don't know who is Isaac, then you're going to have to check it out in the description. I might just call him Issei, but not the point. I mean, that's what I did for the other two kind of collab ones in the first channel. Also, I'm here with mostly...
Sup, it's Singularity What Ifs, with another collab, but, yeah, we're just, yeah, I'm just, ready for the part 3, and, yeah, let's get into it.
Yep. So if you want to know where part 1 and part 2 is at, well, you're going to have to go check out Isaac, because Isaac isn't here today. We don't even know where that motherfucker's at. So,
yeah.
We're going to begin if you don't even know which part this will be at, so we're just going to begin right now. You might be confused, but you're going to have to watch part 2 and 1.
Yeah, we might do a redo also, but when Isaac comes back.
Yeah. So, let's begin into where I was at. So, mostly, it was mostly where we leave off was mostly with me. So, mostly, I was right now in my room chilling with mostly Godzilla, well, female Godzilla, and also Zenobia, with, well, mostly, how should I say, Baymax, but not the point.
Baymax.
But, of course, mostly when I was just chilling in my room, magic circle, or not even a magic circle, a literally portal actually appeared right in front of me. This portal was kind of crimson red, a little bit with kind of white and gold. And this is where, well, mostly someone appeared. A beautiful woman with mostly, well, she looked like this. Right now, well, you see in the mostly screen, but yeah. She had longish white hair, mostly snowy white skin, golden wings behind her, and golden horns on top of her. She also kind of had like goldenish, well, mostly pinkish eyes, but yeah. But she was extremely, and I mean extremely pissed at me. This is where, well, she glared at me with a murderous look, and I look at her saying, oh, fuck, not you again. This is where, well, she says, sup, you fucker. Where were you at where's the car? Where have you been? You haven't fought me, you haven't seen me in a while. Who sent you here? This is where, well, mostly she glares at me saying, who do you think? Your own father. She clearly told me, wait, did I say Baymax wrong, or?
No, this is Baymax, this is Image.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, so I should just show it. So pretty much this is how Baymax looks like, but yeah, not the point. But of course, she was kind of wondering why I haven't appeared right in front of her to fight her on her daily kind of monthly battle or something. This is where, well, I look at her and say, can we not have a battle every single year or monthly or whatever? She scoffs and says, you bastard, we're monarchs. I don't care about humanity itself. Neither do I, but you don't see me battle-lusted and hungry for a battle every time with you. She scoffs and says,
then, Baymax gets up and says, hello, I'm Baymax. I can tell you're angry. Tell me, lady, on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate your anger?
a 10. This mother. This is where, well, I say, hey. Can we calm down? Can I, like, at least fall asleep before we have a battle here?
You should relax. Here, have a lollipop.
She takes it and just, like, eats it. This is where, well, she just pouts and just kind of grumbles and says, meh, 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 meh.
You seem upset. He gets up close and then just hugs her and just starts patting her head like, there.
This is where, well, she was going to do something, but this is where, well, before she could even, like, use a bit of her power, this is where, well, I used my darkness to stop her in an instant, and I said, fine, you know what, let's not battle. I'm actually tired of battle for right now. This is where she glares at me saying, okay, then what the hell do you want me to do with all this extra energy that I have? This is where I was thinking, and I was like, what does Isaac do in this situation? Oh, wait, I already know what he does. This is where I decide to just plant my own lips upon her, but yeah. But we go into mostly a time skip into mostly Dante.
So, I'll end up waking up just being in my room, just be like, alright. That's it. I see Akino right next to me and be like, hey, yo, time to get up. And then, he's like, 5 more minutes. Stay in bed. He's like, nah, I can't. All right, look, I need to deliver something to, lightning.
Yeah, he's
So,
just gonna like.
and, Marius is, well, wanting us, where's she at? We gotta go, to Issei's crib. Then, she was like, alright. She gets up, but naked again. I was like, last night I told her, please wear pajamas, but she didn't listen to me, so, I mean, yeah. So, we get downstairs, we see Nemu cooking, and it's like, um, you didn't have to cook this morning. Like, I didn't have to? No, you didn't. He's like, I know, I just wanted to. I'm like, alright. And, if in case any of y'all who was wondering what Nemu looks like, yo, show me an image.
Oh yeah, got it. Right, let me pull it up. So pretty much this is how Nemo looks like, but yeah, she's from Bleach. If you haven't actually realized this, but yeah, she's a cyber in this one, right? Or
she's still a artificial soul, but she's human.
okay, so yeah,
yeah. So Akino comes downstairs and says, "Oh, you made breakfast?" She was like, "Where's mine?" He was like, Nemu just gives her the slug and says, "I'll be going to do something today, Master." He's like, I said, you don't have to call me yet. He's like, I know, I just wanted to. Like, I was like, you using reverse psychology on me. I couldn't even say anything, but other than that, I was like, anyways, yeah, go do what you need to do. We're going over to, we're going to Issei's house later. And she says, alright, sir. I was like, you don't have to, like, she wanted to, okay. No, Akina just starts giggling, like, you don't even, she's making her own free choices. But, yeah, you have to call you master. He's like, do you want me to call you master? He's like, no, please don't. She's like, what's wrong, master? Like, not just coming around, like, no, just quit it. Just quit it. It's not even necessary. Anyways, so after a while, we pull up at Dark's house. I was like, yo.
This word is cricket.
I just knock again. Yo.
Cricket. You just keep hearing cricket noises, like literally just like no one coming to that door.
I said, I got something for Baymax.
This is where Baymax decides to open the door and says, hello there, master.
He's like, what's up, dude? Anyways, I got you some, but where's Lightning? He says he's sleeping with a dragon lady. I was like,
or mostly just saying upstairs.
Alright. For real? Alright. Would you like to come in? I was like, sure. No, me, Nemu, Akino, yeah, we all come in. I was like, matter of fact, I want to show Lightning something. I'm gonna put you into this. I was like, what is it? Something cool. Come on. Alright, y'all. Akino, can you go wake him up? He was like, alright then. No, Akino goes upstairs and just knocks on his door.
But there's one problem. This is where, well, she starts hearing this like kind of moan somewhat.
She was like, And then Nemu says, is there something wrong? She was like, I think I hear something. Put your ear close. She did. We hear noises. You hear noises, and then Akino just got interested and wanted to peek, but Nemu said, you shouldn't do that. You're like, come on, have a little fun. You're like, And then she opens the door slightly, and
Yeah,
she's
you.
like, "Oh, oh my!" And then Nemu's just faces just immediately turns red. She's just like, "Oh my!" She was like, Shawty is like um, Shawty's just trying to understand what the heck she sees. She understands what she sees, but she's just like, more or less like it's like a blank face, but like basically she over here looking like, well, this, but like zoom in on her face, and that's her expression with a light tint of blush on her face.
Okay,
Because
so
that's like
yeah,
the first time
like
she
this.
heard of the process of things, but like it's just like her first time actually seeing it in like person. And then then was like, we should go. It's like, and then like Akane was like, what? Why? We're just looking. Like, yeah. And then I was like, yo, bro, where you at? And then they immediately closed the door silently. And it was like they just come downstairs like, I'll get him. No. I mean, we were trying to, but he was busy. And then next thing you know, we hear the door upstairs open. And I was like, bro, you there in it? You coming down, bro?
This is where, well, I start kind of walking down, and I just like have no shirt. Of course, I'm sweaty, and of course, mostly my pants are on, but I forgot clearly a shirt. And this is where, well, I look extremely tired, like I had no sleep last night or any sleep. Not really, but I'm just extremely tired. I'm like, huh? I kind of just like brushed my hair, my kind of longish blackish hair off my face, and says, huh, Dante, what the hell are you doing here?
Well, I came to. I just decided to arrive and be like, let myself in. Baymax let me in too.
Yeah, like, about that, what do you want to show me anyway?
Oh yeah. See, the thing is, I actually got something that's you would probably mostly approve of. So like, I know Baymax is like your best friend or whatnot now, but thing is, he's mostly a balloon, so he might pop. So I made this. Yo, Baymax, come here. Now I give you Baymax 2.0.
Ha-
You see his
yeah. This is where, well, I look at Baymax and says, holy damn. That has been the most interesting thing I have seen all day until this is where before mostly Dante can even speak. This is where someone actually kind of walking down the stairs kind of appears. It looks to be a female with kind of draconic wings. She seems to be kind of in daze and she can barely even walk. She decides to cling onto my back and says, where are you going? This is where, well, I look at her and say, fuck.
I was like, dang, bro, you was getting busy, crazy. And then Baymax said, "Hello." Well, I ain't got the image yet, um, but yeah, he just said, "Hello." You know what I'm saying? Just like no Baymax stuff, just wave.
D-
Hold on. Dang, okay, where is it? There. Okay, there it is. There it is. Okay. He just goes ahead and just does the whole hello. You know what I mean? Just
yeah,
put
it's
him in the
just,
suit. And I was like, okay, so let's go in the backyard. Come on, people. We all go to the backyard, and you know, Baymax just like stands there, and I said, okay, put your arms up. He's like, okay, and then do do the thing. He's like, la 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 la. No 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 no, not fist bump. Okay, all right. Uh, no, not that. I mean, do this. Do the thing, the other thing. He's like, then he just like he tries to do the like upside down fist bump. I was like, no. Okay, maybe I'm not being clear enough. I blame myself for that. But okay, hey, do do the do the. And I just like give him the signs. It was like, and he just aims it right at the fence, and let's just say there's a whole. His fist comes off of his arm, but it's a rocket fist. And then, oh wait, here it is. Um, hold on. No, let's see. And then, he does. Um, so,
Hmm.
yeah, basically that's the. I don't think it made the gift, but
Yeah, it
yeah,
didn't
it's
make the
supposed to be a
gift.
rocket. He was like, "Yo," and then Akino says, "Oh my, that was interesting." And then I just said like okay, that was only one of them, Baymax wings, and then yeah, basically he just pops out the red wings, and I also give this man rocket boots. So I hop up on his back and it's like, all right, now start floating. He just starts doing that. It's like, and usually in Big Hero 6 he would start like going out of whack, but it was like, okay, lay down. All right. So yeah, that's all I had to show you.
This is where, well, I look at this and say, wow, that's quite impressive. Uh, so is that the only things that mostly that's actually kind of upgraded for, or is there gonna be any more future upgrades? I asked Dante.
Oh yeah, I got feature upgrades, but this is all I got so far. I mean, I had the prototype, but like that was before like you met Baymax. But but, okay, so oh, other than that, we got to go to Issei's place.
Wait, why?
Well, Ria said she wanted to meet us there, and that there was something she wanted to tell us. But she knows Isaac is. I mean, Isaac is basically busy with something with with the lich. I mean, his dad.
Uh,
So,
about that, I might have to take a shower real fast. If you haven't noticed, I've been sweating, and I'm surprised you didn't actually smell the stench of sex on me.
no, I smelt it. I was gonna tell you, yeah, we gotta go to her house, but take a shower first.
Yeah, this is where, well, the female monarch dragon is kind of clinging on to me, saying, no, I don't want to go anywhere. Let's just continue. I look at her saying,
I was
really?
like, Shawty, you ain't gotta go nowhere, just do.
I just like look at her and say,
But
we literally have 3 hours of that. I'm so tired. I just don't want to deal with this. This is where, well, I decided to
yeah,
just,
no.
uh,
And then Akino's like, he just pulls up right next to me. He's like, why can't you have me like that? It's like, I'm, I'm waiting till, I'm waiting till marriage, okay? Calm down. And she was like, hmm, women. And then no, time skip after this man
actually,
takes
when
a
you said
shower and
women,
everything. I get like Baymax's armor off and like puts it in the suitcase. We all go pull up to Issei's place through a
wait,
portal, and I was like, all right, so we're here now, and what the? I look at Issei's crib because like last time I was here, it was smaller, and now it was like a whole hotel or apartment. I was like,
I look at Dante saying, are you sure you didn't just teleport us to a fucking hotel? This is where, well, mostly the female dragon says, hotel? What is that? Is it somewhere that we can have our own private time again? She hugs me from behind, even mostly female Godzilla and even Zenobia. They have hearts in their eyes because, yes, I did kind of just bang the hell out of them in 3 hours.
okay, okay, let's just check. I knock on the door, and then next thing you know, I see Asia open the door, and she was like, "Oh, you're here!" Like, Asia, are we in the right place? Because this wasn't Issei's crib. I don't remember. Oh yeah, they renovated. They remodeled the house. Yeah, they did overnight. He's like, yeah, crazy.
Damn, it must be those Mexican workers.
Yeah. Anyways, let's just go inside, people. We all go inside. We see Sir Nas X and his dad. Okay, nah, I mean Sir Zex. Why did I say Sir Nas X? That's crazy. And I was like, yo, who's the extra redhead? And then Rhea says, "Oh, you're finally here." And who's her? He's like, no. Rhea just asked, "Who is this one?" He's like pointing out the dragon monarch lady.
I look at Rias and say, clearly it's none of your business, but if you have to know, she's part of, well, my group.
She's like, "Oh, I see." Rias just walks up and says, "Hello, I'm Rias Gremory. Nice to meet you."
Right now, mostly the female dragon just kind of, well, the female dragon monarch. I'm actually just going to give her a name. Her name is Antris, and she just says, "Why should I talk to someone lower than me?" She just goes and just kind of like walks behind me and just next to me and holding onto my arm like, don't hold on to my left arm. It's gonna fall asleep anytime soon.
I was like, Rias, please just ignore her. I don't know. If that's his girlfriend, I don't know. She's kind of off, bro. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, let's just and then Sir Zed says, "Ah, you're here. It's great to see you again." Like, oh, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, nice to meet you too, Sir Zex. He's like, I'm gonna have to wipe my hands with alcohol. And he was like, no, this is actually my father. He's like, this is your dad. I was like, what's his dad's name again?
Zeaticus.
Theodicus?
Yeah, I just remember because it's a Z.
Alright. And then, the guy sends out and says, "Hello, my name is Zia Gremory, Zeaticus Gremory." I was like, "Oh, name's Dante Novachrono. Nice to meet you, sir." He's like, "Nice to meet you, Novachrono. So, you're the one who saved my daughter along with your other friend." Well, my other friend's not here, actually, sir. But this is the rest of my group. Well, you must know Akino. She's actually part of Reese's peerage. And this is another guy I met, And this is, I forgot who she is. She's a dragon lady. And, and the other lady is familiar. And that big white marshmallow over there is my creation, Baymax. He's like,
You clearly forgot about Zenobia, but whatever.
Oh yeah, Zenobia. Yeah, she's part of Reese's peerage too, but she's new. And I was like, okay, where's Issei? Issei came downstairs and was like, "Okay, I got your motto." And, "Oh, you guys are here." Like, "Yes, sir." Oh, like I told Issei, "Yes, sir. Yes, we here." But we just actually meet Rias's pops. And then, I just we all just start talking. I met Issei's parents and all. We all eat dinner, or breakfast and whatnot. And then I think we all went to Kuo. Well, I don't know about you, but yeah.
I was like,
and then
Mostly, let me say something. Mostly when everyone was going to Kuo, mostly the female monarch dragon named Antrai kind of says, "What is Kuo?" I just look at her and say, "I don't know." Like just ignore them. Female Godzilla
This
says,
actually, I told her, yo, it's the school we go to, Cool Academy.
"This is where." Well, she says, "School." She looks confused.
Yeah,
This is where.
yeah. School's basically a boring place we all learn from. Even though I don't need the education, I just be there for the group.
This is where she says, "Ooh, I want to go." This is where. Well, I look at her and say, "Then good luck with that, cause I'm going to sleep."
He's like, he goes ahead and hops on Baymax. He's like,
I'm
and then
like,
Baymax turns on his warm form, and then the Dragon Monarch says, ah, nah, nah, nah. And I mean, the Dragon Monarch and freaking Godzilla's like, nah, 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 you ain't going to sleep. Like, and I was like, dang.
and also kind of Ria's kind of
We're not.
said, well, mostly Ria said, "Oh, I forgot to mention, you guys haven't actually enrolled to Kuo." She kind of points at mostly female Godzilla, Dragon Monarch, and I. I look at her and say, "Entirely, I am kind of enrolled, but not much, or not at all. I'm enrolled to a different school, but who cares?"
And then, Reese was like, oh, wait, isn't it going to be the summer? And then, like, this is the last day of school. But, yeah, I'm pretty sure we can enroll them next year. And then, Reese says, oh, yeah, I also forgot to mention, for the summer, I'm going back to the underworld, and I wish for all you to come.
Good luck with that.
And then I was like, really? She was like, yep. Like, well, Isaac can't come because he's busy with his dad. I ain't got nothing for my schedule.
This is where I mentioned something. I said, "I got something for my schedule. I'm going to sleep." Good luck with that, Dante.
Okay. Well, I guess he's doing what he's doing. And the freaking Lady Dragon, Monarch Lady says, oh, no, 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 you're going. If I'm going, you're going. He's like,
Why are you going though? She says,
he's
"Oh,
like, I need to go see another dragon. And you're coming with me. He's like, dang. I told him, yo, me personally, I wouldn't take no crap from a lady. He's like, and then, Akira was like, I ain't never took nothing from you. Don't forget. The freak you talking about. Anyways, um, then Reese was like, come on, it's not that bad. That bad. Plus, I think you can get a bigger bed and you can get better food.
I look at her straight in the eyes and says, Rias, you see here, I don't want to go to the underworld. I don't want to go to hell. I don't want to be burning in my clothes since mostly I wear all black. So no, I don't want to
It's
step on fire in an accident or something like that."
it's not like that. That's just what the churches say.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, mm-hmm. But other than that, it was like, I mean, we kind of did go to the other underworld like one time, well, for the rating game. But Baymax is gonna be there too.
But Baymax is a fluffy marshmallow. He's gonna burn! This is where I grab Baymax and say, "No, I can't let him burn. He's literally my pillow and my best friend."
I also made his bubble out of flame resistant material, right?
I look at Dante and say, "Dude, you really gotta send me a list and like what kind of things he's resistant to."
Oh yeah, he has well he for the heating, he's also resistant to um fire. I mean water. He's also resistant. He's also extremely expandable, which is made out of the material called expandium, the same thing they make the Wobble Ball out of. And then they also make, and there's also blah 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 science 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 blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying?
I'm like, I just wanted something that he was resistant to. Like, what happened if I accidentally use a bit of my lightning? Whatever.
Oh yeah, he's made out of rubber, so it's not a conductor.
Good to know. Well, I could go, but I really do not want to touch fire. Not because the fact that I hate fire, it's just because I don't want to go to hell.
Um, yeah, I just go up to you and then whisper in your ear, bro. Look, man, I don't know about you, but I'm taking this opportunity because if I can get close to them, I already got close to Mr. Sir's X, but if I do this, I can get enough influence on the council seats to have a portion for humanity to choose what they want, Because like Sacred Gears is out here getting grabbed up because nobody's here to represent humanity. Free grab.
I look at Dante and I just say, then why don't we just like fight against all the supernatural? Hello, I can literally make an army to go kill them.
I want peace, though. I want to see if it can work through peace. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make it through peace. Aaron even tried peace, and then I gotta get word. I gotta get word in. I say, me and Isaac say agrees. So that got me on the good side of Sir Zex. We also met Azazel. I also got on his good side. Well, I need to get closer though. And then
Oh
there's
wait,
also there's the Norris faction. There's also the Yokai faction. There's more factions I need.
Dante, you know what we forgot entirely? The meeting.
Oh, meeting?
Yeah, the meeting
Isn't
of.
that like when they go to the underworld?
No, that's not when they go to the underworld. It was like after Coco Bell's kind of battle.
Oh yeah. Do we like do a flashback or something?
Yeah, we do a flashback. Mostly,
Alright.
what happened in the meeting was mostly like the three factions meet up. They talk about whatever. Isaac wasn't there. Mostly, I was there, thanks to the fact that Dante dragged my ass over there. But of course,
Yeah.
pretty much what happened is mostly Azo wanted peace. He asked the White Dragon Empress. He also asked the Red Dragon Emperor. He then asked Dante about peace. Mostly the White Dragon Empress says that she really doesn't care about mostly anything about mostly peace. She just wants mostly a fight, a good fight. While mostly Issei said that he wants peace, Dante wants peace, and when mostly Azo looks straight at me, I look at him in the dead in his eyes and says, I don't care.
Because I don't care enough.
Yeah, I don't get paid enough for this shit. I only care about dealing with mostly the monarchs, the rulers, and other shit that might come to this war. Other than that, I don't care about you supernaturals.
Yeah. I was like, alright, whatever this man was on. And so the next thing you know, we do a flash forward. Even I was like, yeah, you really did put some bullshit there. Anyways,
I look at
so
Dante.
we just
Before Dante can even go on, I was like looking at him and saying, dude, I don't care about this whole fucking piece. Truly, if you want me, I could just use my soldiers to wipe out the supernatural. I could always just kill as
no,
many
bro,
devils.
that is just needless killing.
I
Bro,
look
you
at
want
Dante and
like
says, are devils humans? No.
I want to resolve it through a peaceful way. You know what I'm saying?
I look at Dante and says,
Peaceful.
Dante, Dante. There is no such thing as peace. Wake up to reality. There is no such thing as peace in
I'm
this
awake to
accursed world.
reality, and these devils are a bit more human than you think. Most of them.
Uh huh. Uh huh.
I mean, well, though, even though Rias didn't allow Issei to die so she can get at her marriage, and
I look at Dante and say, mm-hmm. Okay, you already explained the
I
first.
mean, hey, women always manipulate men for their own personal means. So I don't know. And then Sir Zex wanted to get his sister out of the marriage. So, at least he's decent.
I look at Dante and says, I don't know how
Even though
that
I don't
frick.
trust them.
I, I look at Dante and says, I don't even know how you guys managed to meet Rias or any of that, and I don't really care. But for real, is Rias so arrogant and prideful half the time? Because I always see her just seem so arrogant, prideful, and other things. So that's why I don't want to deal with devils. They seem to be so egotistic most of the time.
All right. But you can possibly get a good fight down there.
I look at Dante and says, I don't care about fighting too much, but God, I might have to just
Um, you
stop
know, then
mostly.
um, Rhea said they got better pillow, they got better beds.
I look at her and I just say, are you trying to convince me with like beds and other things? I already got Baymax for that. I hug Baymax.
Like Baymax said, I'm going with my master.
I was like,
If he needs my assistance, I'll be there.
no, Baymax, don't leave me. Fine, I might be going just because I need to also stop mostly Troya from actually attacking anything or destroying anything entirely. Right, Troya? Artoria looks at me and she just scoffs and says, yeah, that's what I've been telling you. Just go help me visit another dragon. I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel like you're just going to destroy things. Since, I don't know, you're the daughter of destruction. She glares at me and just says, and you're the fucking son of literally death. So I don't need to fucking hear you. I'm like, yeah, 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 yeah.
I was like, well, at least we all going. And then fast forwarding, we're all on the train. Helium without the helium. No, that's crazy. Anyways, and I was saying like Sona's Peerage is there. We all just chilling. Like we all talking. And like so we taking the train to the underworld. Crazy. I was like, I'm nervous. Like, why are you nervous, dog? It'd be crazy. I was just like, what would Isaac do in this situation? Oh, never mind. He'd be getting in the back room. Okay. And I see Konako, she's looking down a bit more this time. It's like, hey, Konako, you good? He's like, I wish Isaac was here. And I've been thinking about something. He's like, sorry about that. But, also, like, what else was it? He's like, it's something big. Just something to think about. I was like, okay. Um, if you want to talk, I'm here. Then you're like, she's like, okay. I'm like, alright then. And then, Rias comes over and says, so, what do you think about the train? He's like, it's cool. Tight. We got drinks up in here. And then I look over and see the dragon lady drinking all the Hennessy. I was like, where'd she get Hennessy from? Rhea says, I have no idea. I was like, hey yo, Dragon Monarch lady, I don't think you're supposed to be drinking all that in like one sitting.
This is where she kind of garbles and says, shut up, Freddy. I don't care. This is where she feels drunken. Of course, already from just a loss of just drinks. She then noticed me just like sitting there, kind of about to like fall asleep with Baymax. And this is where, well, she then has a little smile on her face saying, yeah, I should stop drinking. She goes up to me. She then kind of hugs me and kind of holds on to me tight. I'm like, wait, what the hell? I just see her and says, fuck.
Yeah, alright. And then Rhea says, alright, we're here. And then, like, we're here. And then we literally see, like, the whole Gremory East state. I was like, what the frick? Why this thing so big? I was like, yeah, I'm a. And then, like, Nemu says, wow, never seen something so big. And this is just one East state? And then Rhea says, yep. I was like, Nemu, remind me when I get home, make something bigger. He's like, okay, sir. All right. Okay. I was like, yo, Lightning, how you feel about this?
I just wake up. Well, mostly I did take a nap because, well, I did have to kind of put mostly Atroya's head on top of my kind of chest, and this is where, well, I wake up, open my eyes, decide to look out and see mostly this place, saying, damn, this shit's small.
I was like, what? How's it small? You drunk, man?
Huh? And no, I'm not drunk. Mostly Atroya here is drunk, but this shit's small. Not gonna lie.
How's it small?
Well, clearly from where I came from, mostly it should be at least 10 or 50 times bigger than this place.
50?
Yeah, mostly my dad been working on a whole freaking town of mostly, since he has more shadow soldiers than I do. Yeah, he was able to create something this big and like mostly this big in like a couple of months, and then 50 times later in a year. But yeah.
But, wait, don't you have, like, any summons, though?
Well, entirely they're not summons, they're basically undead, but yeah. He killed a lot of things.
I was like, okay. So, I was like, Gasper's trying to look up. I was just like, alright, here you go. I pick up Gasper and just lets him look. He's like, whoa, this place is huge. He's like, yeah, it is. And then next thing you know, the train ends up stopping somehow, and I was like, whoa. We all just like, people all just like fell over. Like Baymax was rolling with freaking lightning and what's her name?
Artoria.
Artoria, and then they just slam it into the
Well, mostly I slam into the wall.
Yeah, but Big Mac's top impact though.
Mostly I slam into kind of Baymax, and of course I was still holding on to Artoria, so of course she kind of landed on me, mostly over me, of course blushing a little bit, of still drunken, and decided to kind of kiss me. She was like, This is where I kind of, realized the liquor in my mouth, but of course I can't get drunken too easily. I was like, oh, great.
Like, I'm just still standing up, but I'm holding both Gasper. I'm holding Gasper, Akino, and Nemu. I was like, hey, y'all okay? Y'all okay? He's like, mm-hmm. I was like, alright. And then, we all just got back and was like, yo, what the heck? And then, next thing you know, like, Azazel and them, Rhea says, alright, sorry for the, disturbance and all. Also, turns out all the other factions, like what was it, Odin faction, and
oh wait, we're about to skip a very
faction.
important.
Huh?
Mostly when the train stopped, it was because of the fact that mostly, Rias was not there, neither Azo, and they were supposed to jump out to kind of fight against Tanin.
Oh, right. My fault. Just looking at the wiki, I guess I didn't get a lot of context. My fault. Because I'm not gonna lie, it was only like 40 minutes something. I knew I didn't have time to watch the whole season. So, yeah, and then we all just ended up falling out. And I was like, oh crap. Then I was like, okay. And then, Gasper was falling, I was falling, and Nemu, she had a calm face, but a bit scared. I was like, oh crap, okay.
This is where, before everyone can even fall, I right now summon out one of my soldiers. I say, come out. Royal is a dragon. This is where, Royal actually appears right now, catching everyone. This is where, the dragon says, my master, I am here. This is where it's an undead dragon. I was like, Royal, good job. This is where I'm still holding on to mostly Artoria, and Artoria saying, can we have children already? She said towards my ear. I'm blushing and saying, Artoria, god damn it, snap out already.
I swear, your girl's a horn dog. Anyways.
I kind of look at Dante and says, you deal with a dragon who's actually obsessed with fighting other shit.
I mean, I already deal with, I already got a sadist for a girl, bro.
Actually, never mind. I'd rather take Artoria here then.
Yeah,
This is where Akano says, huh? You say something? This is where, well, mostly Dante looks back and say,
I just stated facts. I'm just like, okay. And then, we all just landed onto the ground. And then, we were just like, alright, so, I guess we gotta walk the rest of the way, I guess. I remember the direction. I think it's right. And then before we, could go any further, yeah, a big old dragon just show up. I was
with
like,
purplish scales and kind of golden armor or whatever.
wait, this, I sensed the thing. I was like, it's a demon dragon. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, yeah, we gonna have to fight. And then, Akino just does her transformation into her, um, lightning queen form. And then, like, we all start getting to our fighting stances. And, like, you know, except for, like, in this timeline, the peerage does, like, way better than they did. Like, when Konako freaking punches the dragon, he says, "Dang, those vibrations are actually effective." But he still managed to like knock her out or so, or pushing her back. Like Kiba with his swords is like adaptive swords. Well, he started to notice that every time he breaks the sword that Kiba makes, it gets stronger and just doesn't break anymore. He was like, huh, okay. And then like Akino just uses Mana Zone and literally is just finding attacks out of nowhere. Not only that, they're also way more effective in the underworld because it's kind of considered to be more dense in mana, and since she's a devil, it's stronger here. And I was like, all right, let me go ahead and summon something else today.
Before Dante, well, I mean, Dante already does something else, something. I was just in the background right now, just watching all this with Artoria. Artoria says, "Ooh, dragon." This is where I look at her and says, "Yeah, dragon. I have a technique that I did kind of learn from you that can easily stop this dragon, but mostly I'm gonna let Dante and the others deal with this."
And like, so this creature is, I was like, this creature has sharp feathers it can let off. Not only that, it's also the fastest. So it starts like zooming around this guy, and then it just starts like cutting it up, and like it also started to make like a tornado. It was like, see, this is light work, and then next thing you know, it gets kicked and it just like
I would say
what
this. Wait, Dante. I would say that it would also be able to use blue flames.
makes sense.
But yeah.
But I was thinking it could like work with wind, but I mean, all right. I was like, okay, I'm gonna just go ahead and summon the lion, the feathered lion now. Like this is just some. I don't know how this guy was just able to like do that. And so I summoned another creature, and I was like Helios, not Helios, it was like Leo. Go ahead and just like summon the whole he's like specifically from the star constellation of the spring, right? Yeah, spring. Leo literally is like one of the best summons I got. Like he starts walking around like this pressure, like everybody just feels this pressure coming from the creature, and he just starts like just growling. But at the same time, I also told him these are our allies, a lot of them, and we're just fighting against this one creature. And he understands and starts like he opens his wings, and then like this dust comes out and starts like healing everyone. making their attack stronger. So like Ozzy is going around like healing everyone, but it becomes a lot faster even though people are already healing. And like I was like, one of the most versatile summons I have. I'm so happy for y'all.
This is where it actually
Okay, maybe this.
heals mostly Artoria's drunkenness, and she kind of stands up and says, What is happening?" This is where I look at her and says, "That's go back to sleep or something." This is where Artoria glares at me and says, "No, I noticed that dragon. Why aren't you doing anything about it?" I look at her and says, "Let Dante and the others deal with it. I mean, I can always defeat
Plus,
it."
plus, I already told her, hey yo, I already summoned this thing. It can handle it. And like you see, like he's just the lion just like biting the guy, freaking just pushing the dragon back against the wall, freaking scratched across the face. But it also got punched. It was like, oh, like can't you feel its pressure though? It's like, and you know the dragon looks like it's dang near almost nothing. I was like, okay, crazy. Hmm. All right. What's my next move? Should I summon Fafnir or should I summon? Hmm. Why don't I do something myself? Hey yo, you can go away now. I was like, guess I gotta do it myself. Like I only been practicing on my summon, so I wouldn't have to, so I could conserve my energy for instead of fighting weaklings. But I guess I'm gonna have to. And then you know the dragon looks like big cock. He was like he could do something. I was like, question: do you know what vectors are? And then you know the dragon was like, huh? I was like, of course you don't. Next thing you know, I just created a whole tornado with like lightning in it. Well, and I was like, well, this is something that vectors can do. I can make it like convulge into like energy or such. But here, take this. And next thing you hear, wow, and then, like some from like if you have watched like a certain magical or a certain magical index or a certain scientific railgun, then you know accelerator. And I was like, yes, sir. And then next thing you know, I freaking break the freaking a piece of like ground, just throw it at the dragon. It just breaks on its head. It was like, it starts stepping back. It was like, bro, I'm barely doing nothing, dude. Then I decided, you know what? Maybe this vector stuff is a bit too complex, bro. What about vibrations, huh? And then he was like, "Grr." And I was like, shit, oh, shut your crying out. Just go ahead and just punch in the chest with Whitebeard's quakes. And it just gets sent flying. I was like, and I was like, yeah, this is light work. Hey, why don't you do something, bro? Summon some army or something.
I right now kind of notice mostly Dante kind of screaming something, but of course I couldn't really hear him because mostly Toria was now on top of me, trying to mostly unzip my pants and this where I was like, Toria, this is not the greatest idea to do.
And yo, tell that horny, bro, tell her to masturbate or something, bro. Anybody want to see all that?
So I look at Toria and say, oh shit, Dante's calling me. Oh Toria, can you calm down? This is where Toria says, no, you literally made me have to hold on, show me this experience first, and now you're telling me to stop? I'm like, I thought that would be enough to calm you down from me fighting you, but it seems not. First, I gotta do something before I continue on with this. This is where she says, what is that? Freeze time. This is why I freeze time just so she can actually stop from actually trying to, fuck me again. And I kind of noticed Dante and says, what do you want?
I said, bro, do something. We all putting in effort. What is you doing?
I look at him and just sigh and says, "Fine. You want to see? You want me to do something?" I kind of pull out two daggers, mostly two daggers that I just summoned out. They kind of look like this. Let me put it. Uh, shit. So yeah, they look like mostly this. So I summon out two daggers like that with mostly darkness right now covering me, and I just rush straight towards mostly the dragon. Before the dragon can even like move or try to dodge, I right now slash through mostly its chest and start kind of going up and down. And this is where, well, mostly before it can even like send a fireball straight to me, I use mostly a technique that says mostly what's it called, autorial rule that allows me to kind of use telekinesis, but instead to using telekinesis, I just use it to pull myself straight to the dragon and stabbing it right in the eye. And before Dante can even do anything, I then use a technique called Dragon's Roar, mostly Dragon's Fear Roar, making the dragon right now kind of fear me. Right now, making it fall down to the ground, right now, kind of being scared, but yeah. That's where I land down the ground, unsheathing both of my weapons away, and kind of looking at Dante and say, done.
Oh, okay. That's cool. I was actually about to go ahead and like summon a one of the fine chinas of Chinese lore.
I
The
look at
same I actually stained this from Realm and Sakuna, but like
I look at Dante and say, Dante, if you could have done something, why the fuck did you bother me? I mean, I'm happy you bothered me because at the same time I didn't want to deal with mostly Toria's kind of horniness, but I, I don't really care too much.
I mean, I just wanted you to feel like you put in team effort.
I look at him and just sigh and say, whatever, man. This is where I start
And so you
walking.
can take some credit.
I look at Dante back again and says, really? Credit? I,
Yeah.
I just
Hey,
look.
this will get you on the yeah. Okay.
So I just start walking back to Artoria, and Artoria is managing to break out of the time-space barrier that I make, and she says, you are not getting away. I am like, ah, shit. This is where, well, she made a
And then
portal.
next thing you know, the dragon shows up again, and he was like, "Ugh." And then I was about to actually summon out a different version of. I was gonna go ahead and bring out a different version. I was like, okay, yep, I need to get the. Let me get the other divine chinas that I got. Any divine chinas of these things I got. And then next thing you know, Rias and Azazel says, okay, that's enough. Like, what?
I was already about to summon my well, mostly I have female Godzilla next to me. She was about to just transform into her Godzilla form, while mostly Artoria was ready to just transform into her draconic side because she was already pissed with this dragon not going down because she is going to try to go down on me.
And then, um, he was like, okay, it was just a test to test your power. And, well, I didn't really expect Dante or Lightning to actually intervene without their summons because I know they hold back a lot. And I was like, okay. And, like, the dragon says, Atoria, long time no see. And I was like, wait, y'all know each other?
Artoria goes, I don't really, well, I do remember you, old man, but God, can you, like, I don't know, hurry this up so I can actually go with my boyfriend and try to fuck him already? This is where I look at her and say, so when the fuck did we start dating and when the hell did you decide to call me boyfriend?
I'm not gonna lie, before y'all came here, I was actually excited to see this kaiju battle, but other than that,
Uh, this is where, well, mostly, I look at mostly, well, this whole thing, I'm like, I am too tired to deal with this, and I'm too tired to deal with your horniness, Artoria. Can you just go do, I don't know, something like be a normal female, I don't know, masturbate somewhere else? This is where she glares at me and says, no, I want the real thing. This is where, well, she glanced at me with such a lustful kind of look. I'm like, Dante, help.
I was like, um, hey, Atoria.
Artoria kind of looks at Dante and says, what?
And then I was looking behind her and said, behold. And then she turns around and I said, run. Take back, that's what you
This is where I start fucking running. This is where Dante just ran also. Latoya glares at mostly both of us and says, "I'm gonna kill one of you and I'm gonna fuck the other one." This is where I said, "Ah shit."
I said, you can try. I swear, like Reese and them was like, I swear they're both children.
This is where I say in the very back. Well, mostly I was running like hell, like "fuck you, red hair."
And then we time skip, and then Reese said that we're actually gonna be training, but before any of that, we're gonna do that tomorrow. But today, you guys are first gonna take a bath, and then you're gonna meet. Then you're gonna have dinner, and then yeah, so bath time. You know, I'm just chilling. Having having some orange juice. And I was like, ooh, yeah, this juice is thick. Anyways, I was just like, we all the men are just chilling in one bath. Freaking Azazel's talking to Issei about breast and whatnot, and how to poke them. I was like, okay, I was like crazy. I just see lightning over there just sleeping in the bath while holding on to Baymax. Like, this man always can find anywhere to sleep. I wouldn't be surprised if he fell asleep here too. And we just start most of us just start talking. Like Zay was like, "Yo," I was like, "Oh, what's up?" Like, nothing much. Anyways, um, most of the factions are coming, so I want to ask if you're attending the meeting. I was like, eh, I guess I can. And then Zay was like, you know what? Never mind. You can't answer. Look, I was like, what the frick you mean I can't answer? What the heck you mean? He's like, I don't think you're ready for that. Plus, our time will pass, and then you'll have to move on to the next generation. It's like, what is that supposed to mean? It was like, basically, there's this thing going on that's known as the Young Devils Gathering. That it's basically for every young Paraj that's out there. Oh, for real? Yeah, and I think you and your friend should attend.
I kind of
Get familiar, oh.
I was like sleeping. I was like, no, no.
And then Zay was like, "Come on, it's not that bad."
I I open my eyes, my purplish eyes, and kind of glare at Azel and say, "Azel, do I look like a goddamn devil to you?"
He's like, no, but I think y'all should still attend. After all, y'all all around the same age group.
I look at Azel straight in the eyes. How you know that I'm not like 200 years old or something?
I mean, you look like you're a teenager.
Fair point. This is where I then say, other than that, can I be asleep in this goddamn gathering meeting or something?
Well, I don't know if people will take you seriously, but I mean,
Oh, they can take
sure.
me seriously. This is where I summon Beru behind me and says, "Beru, if anyone doesn't take me serious, murder them." Beru says, "Yes, sir." That's where I said, "Good."
I never take Barry seriously. He never come at me.
This is where, mostly I then look at Beru and says, "Okay, don't attack Dante, but if any devils don't take me serious, murder them." I specifically say devils.
And he's like, okay. I was like, and Azazel says, you kids are gonna cause a lot of trouble, aren't you?
This is where I look at Azel and says, with the biggest plaster grin on my face, and says, "Hell yes."
Well, anyways, Dante, like, yeah. So I noticed you were Akino, right? He's like, yeah. We started dating. Yeah, I also heard this whole concept about some infinite soul. He's like, yeah, basically a soul that doesn't have any assigned does it have any assigned signature to it? You know, like angel, fallen angel, devil, all that. Huh, interesting. Never heard of something like it. But I mean, if you're able to do it, I wouldn't be surprised if you named it an infinite soul. Like, how do you know? Like, I just do. Like, just do. But yeah, not gonna lie. Now, just like I was teaching each day, want me to teach you how to poke nipples? You're like, no, I'm not him. I'm not Issei. Like,
This is where, well, before mostly Ezra can say something, I was like, well, mostly Dante isn't a sex offender, and I'm not either, so we good. So don't ask me that stupid ass question.
he's like, okay, okay. Should we go to the girls' POV or good?
Yeah, let's just go to the growth POV. We go into mostly Artoria right now, kind of trying to mostly look over the bath because mostly the hot springs is kind of mostly the hot springs is mostly well mostly the bathtub is the girls are on top while the guys are on the bottom. So of course Artoria is trying to look over. This is where well female Godzilla is right now grabbing mostly Artoria and even Zenobia is just kind of chilling, but yeah, not the point. This is where, well, Tori says, no, let go of me. God damn it. Let me see. This is where, well, female Godzilla says, can you stop already? God, you're more horny than me and Zenobia together. This is where, well, she scoffs and says, I'm not horny. I just want to see him a little bit. I just want to see his maybe erect member, you see. Other than that, she kind of has very lustful grin and other things.
And you know, Akino comes over, and crosses her arms on the side parts of the pool, and then she's like, I think I get it. I think she more or less has a domination kink and wishes to be dominated. Like, sheesh.
Mm.
He's like, I don't think I could ever relate, but I guess I can assist. He's like, what dick? Like, and I just like, hey, what was that? And then, Izzy was like, well, what is what? You're like, I just had a shiver. Hey, you felt that, bro?
Huh?
Lightning.
I just wake up and say, I did feel something, but I felt like Artoria is trying to somehow make a plan to try to trap me somewhere so she can absolutely have her fun with me. So if you're talking about that feeling, then I had that feeling.
I see. Okay.
That
I
and I
just
can also
go
see into the
ahead and
future.
like, huh?
This is where I say that and mostly I can also see into the future and basically they're looking over mostly on top if you haven't realized. Here's where I point up. Here's where,
I
well,
was like,
uh,
I just was like, why they looking? That's it. I just go ahead, put my arms together like Max Elephant, and then literally it starts blasting water towards both of them. He's like, hey, what the heck was it? What the heck gives? He's like, that's will teach y'all not to look over. I swear. Why do females act? Why do they act like that? Well, Azazel's telling me, well, let's just be honest about one thing. Women want to get it on just as much as guys do, but they just don't want to be perceived as, well, thirsty. I see. So after the whole bath situation, so we end up going to like the hallway so we can get to dinner. I was like, yo, this hallway is huge. Then we see Rias's nephew. What's his name?
Milicus.
We see Milikis. And it was like, can you take his POV for me, or
Oh yeah.
his voice?
Mostly Milicus says, hello there everyone. This is where he smiles at everyone.
It was like, yo, look, and Rias says, hello, nephew.
This
You know,
this where Melika says, "Hi there, big sis Arias." This is where he went up to and hug her. But yeah,
and I was like, "Aw." I was
this
like, Rias isn't really that bad, you know?
this is where I look at Dante and says, "Don't care, still a devil."
Just don't say that in front of the kid, bro. I think he a bit more emotional.
This where
Okay.
this where Melika says, "Okay, well I should be running along. Well, not running along." He says, "Okay, well, big sis Rias, mostly I think mostly mom is going to be with you all." This is where mostly Grace appears, but yeah.
And then Gracia says, I'm glad you're all here. They, um, the Gregory family has been waiting for you. And then, we just walk a bit further and we see both of them. And we see Venalana. And I was like, oh, yo. And I mean, and then, like, Rhea says, have some manners. I was like, oh, hello, Mr. and Mrs. Gregory. And then, Venalana comes over and says, are you the one who saved my son, saved my daughter? He's like, yeah, I did. I mean, along with a friend. But then, Venalana just comes up and just hugs me, and then I just grabbing her yeeks. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. And then, like, Akino's, like, has that smile, but flicking a little killing intent. I was like, she knows this ain't my fault, right? Like, it was like, Lightning, help me here.
I was like, I got it. This is where I kind of use a shadow soldier and then I say switch. This is where both of you literally switch, and this is where the shadow soldier was literally hugging mostly Vanilla, while mostly Dante was next to him and was like, done, got it. I can now kill the devil, right? I whisper into Dante's ear. Dante looks at me.
No, 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 bro. No, we do not need any jeopardizing here.
I look
Right?
at
And then
Dante.
she finally lets go of the shadow clone, and then she's just like, okay, so the preparations are ready. Now come on. And then we just go, and I just allow everybody like you can just go in front of me, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And then I see me and him. It's like, okay, bye bye. And it says, yes sir. Just went away into the shadows, and I was like, thank you for saving me, man. I'm not gonna lie, them things was suffocating me.
This is where I look at him and say, do you realize if Isaac was here or even fucking, Issei's problem, you do realize what would happen next? If that was
What?
Isaac would either try to F her or Issei would just try to grope her.
Yeah, I know.
Luckily, she didn't hug
I'm
me.
not. Yeah. What would you have done?
Kill her. And then decide to start walking away from Dante.
Crazy. And then Akina just like slows herself down just to talk to me. Like, where can I long talk, Mister? He's like, long talk for what? She came on to me. She came on to me. Like, crazy. And then we finally arrive at the dinner. We start eating. We start talking about whatnot. So who's talking?
Mostly,
Yubi, or whoever.
okay, I guess I'll do Vanilla. Vanilla says, oh, what's it called? She says, Dante, have you ever thought of having another girl with you? This is where, mostly she tries to, mostly cheekily kind of put you and Rios together.
I was like, nah. I think Nemu and Akino was wait. Where's Nemu? And she was like,
Uh,
where is she?
she,
Like, I ain't seen her all this time. She was like, Master, I'm here. You're like, okay, what the? Why you got the same uniform as Grafia on? I decided I wanted to serve you today. He was like, oh, it's summer break. You're supposed to take time off. He was like, I just chose to. Okay. Let's see. Um, yeah, but back to your question, Miss. Um, nah, I think I'm pretty good, but I mean, I guess, I gotta talk about it with the other girls first, though.
She says, "Oh, okay." She then stares at me. I'm like, I'm over here eating, but entirely I'm just trying to eat or trying to mostly make a barrier around me, like limitless, and trying to stop mostly, well, Artoria from actually, I don't know, doing something like in any kind of corn hub videos of, well, mostly someone trying to suck you off from the table, or mostly underneath you. This is where, well, I was like making a barrel. Well, mostly Valentine says, "Hey, you're lightning, right?" This is where, well, I look at her and says, yeah. What do you want?" This is where, well, mostly I kind of gave Dante that look alike. If she says anything stupid, I'm killing her. This is where, well,
Um, dude, hey, Miss. I mean, he's not really much of a talker, you know. He's kind of slow in the head, you know.
I look at Dante and say, "I'm gonna murder you with that." This is where I says, "What do you want?"
Uh, uh, he, um,
This is where Villanana decides to ignore Dante and says, yes, I want to know. Are you satisfied with your own girls, or would there be another one with you?" This is where, well, I look at her and says, "What do you mean? Like, you gotta tell me specifically what the hell you're talking about." She says, "Well, I want my daughter Ria's Gremory to be with you." This is where I look at her and says, "Dante."
ma'am. Okay, look, I don't know about me and him. We just do our own thing, you know what I'm saying? But I know someone else who does. Issei.
Yeah, Issei. This is where I was like, yeah, I agree with Dante cold heartedly. Issei would be the perfect match here. This is where, well, we go into Ria's POV and she is flustered, blushing, and kind of upset a little bit.
I mean, I tell Velana, like, she says, like, is Reese not good enough? It's like, no. She is beautiful. She is stunning, okay? She is very hardworking. She's a very good leader. Well, maybe not better than Estes, but, I mean, she is a very kind, wonderful, young, devil, Deviltress or whatever. But yeah, she's cool, but just not for me. You know what I'm saying?
This is where I look at Dante and I wanted to say other words, but I know that Dante's going to be angry at me. So I was like, yeah, I agree with Dante cold heartedly. Like, mostly, she is not for me. I mean, I'm never going to go date a devil. Well, maybe, but it's not going to be Rias. That's why I clearly just say that.
And you know, she's like, I understand. Well, I'll always be here if you change your mind. Like, you. She might always be here in case you change your mind before she's unavailable. Like, yeah, but Ethan, what about you, dog?
Issei's over here kind of nervously, kind of just like saying, yeah. This is where, well, he's kind of nervous at the same time, trying to think of something else because he kind of noticed what Monsieur Torio is trying to do to me. And of course, he's blushing because he's a pervert, somewhat still.
And I was like, okay. So yeah, what happens right after this eating dinner thing? Is it a training?
Yeah, it's a training mostly the next morning, but yeah, we go into the next morning. Mostly what's happening now is Azo, Rias, and even I guess Sursex and Tanin is there. This is where mostly we go into Azo's POV. Azo kind of says, "Okay, everyone, we're here to explain what you're going to do for this 1 month of training. So let me explain. Rias, you're going to be working on knowledge more. You need to become a great leader. Akano, you're going to be training with your father, Barricule. That's where, well, he then goes on for Azia. She needs to be training in faraway healing ranges, but not the point. Kiba needs to train in swordsman, while Koneko is going to be trained in Senju energy. Gasper's training to actually be able to look into people directly and be outside without his paper bag or whatever. And of course, or Do you want to keep Gasper's kind of timid side, or do we just change and say fuck it? He's now actually a normal person.
I mean, I don't know if he can still be timid or whatnot. I mean, I would probably no, he probably would rely on his Shikigami to fight or summons.
Oh well, yeah. This is where well mostly Gasper just needs to kind of somewhat mostly yeah just train with his like 10 shadows and others, but not the point. This is where well we then go into
Also,
mostly
Rias hasn't really perfected Monozone nor Akino, and Konako also has her vibrational powers, but don't know how to use them that well. Plus, I don't think she would understand the whole fact of science and whatnot in the quantum physics.
so
Yeah,
he then kind of just
lol.
uh mostly as of those expand on that also, so that's the thing. This is where he then looks at mostly Dante and
Issei.
says well mostly looks at Issei and says you're gonna be training with Tawny in here, but then he then points at Dante and like mostly
Dante and like you,
oh
you, what you need. He's like, you, what do you need to work on? Well, I don't really need to work on nothing really. I guess I'll be assisting. And then,
he then points at
yeah,
what's it called and Nembu
remember?
Nemu Nemu says I'm also going to be assisting. Doesn't work well. He then points at mostly Artoria. Artoria says I don't really have anything, so I might just assist also. This is where, well, mostly Godzilla. Godzilla's the familiar, so of course she's just probably going to assist also. Then this is where, well, he then points at Zenobia. She also needs to just train with swordsman. And then he points at me, but I was somehow gone. This is where he says, wait, where the hell did he go? I just saw him right there like a couple of seconds. Where the hell is he? We go into the POV of me. Right now, I'm sleeping on the tree. There's no Baymax, but I don't care. I just don't want to deal with anyone.
Baymax just comes out of nowhere and says, hello.
I'm like,
Like,
tr- oh hey Baymax, I'm just here sleeping. Pillow. This is where I fall on him and just like fall asleep. But yeah,
he was like, banana?
banana. I just fall asleep entirely. But yeah,
He's like, yeah, whatever. Anyways, I just come out of nowhere and says, yo, you gonna help assist me?
I look at Dante and says, "Oh, who? Wait, it was the devils were just training, right?"
Yeah, it was just, I mean, it's the devil's training, but we can also train.
I just look at
Um,
him and says, "Well, I don't really need
you know,
training, but I don't want to help any of the devils. Surely not entirely. I guess you can help your girl out. I guess I can also help my girl out, mostly Zenobia. So yeah, this is
yeah,
where oh
alright, well, I guess I'm gonna go assist Akino.
yeah, I might go for Zenobia. This is where well we walk out, and this is where Asa says, "Ah, you there? So what are you gonna be doing, Dark Lightning?" I look at him and says, "I'm gonna be helping out Zenobia." So I appear next to Zenobia and just kind of grab her from the waist and says, "I'm gonna be helping her." This is where well Azo had a perverted look and says, "Oh, you're not going to be screwing her mind over when you're actually not well supposed to actually help her." I look at Azo and says, "First of all, you perverted crow. I'm here to help her, not do any of that. I'm not Atori, okay?" Atori looks at me with a murderous look and says, "You still need to help me." I'm like, you're an assistant, so it'd be assistable or something like that.
I was like, dang, okay, not my situation. I just start walking away. I still hear them, all three of them bickering.
But yeah,
Yeah, I just go over to Akino. She's working on her magic, but I was also like, so you're doing pretty good, but I know she start to like, Akino, you rarely move when you use Monozone. She's like, well, I I mean, I can manifest footholds, but it's kind of difficult. I was like, oh, alright. Well, since we're in the devil world, or the underworld, I'm pretty sure you're much stronger here, and it's much easier to pull in magic. So, I just started like teaching her like how to do the footholds better, and like, yeah, she catches up pretty quick and is able to do it well short distance. But I was like, hey, any is better than none. So she goes. So yeah, she starts using. So yeah, we start like working on like new moves, like new lightning lightning attacks, and Rias also comes in. She also starts learning how to do footholds better, and then literally can like start like spamming and spamming, and she's like, "No, I barely run out of magic when I use this." And I was like, "Yeah, you barely do, because it literally allows you to use the magic in the immediate area, which is dang near everywhere." And like, yeah, basically teaching them basic stuff, like teaching them on his skin, on a method, like, you know, I was like just doing my thing. I also like helped Kiba, and Akino was like, I mean, Kaneko was like, um, was she like struggling to use senjutsu?
Yeah, she struggles to use senjutsu.
Let's see. All right, and then Kiba, well, using his special blades, um, basically is just like, he's just like training, learning how to use swords. Him and Issei are being both swordsmen, and Issei uses amplification to like just like amplify his power with the boosted gear because he doesn't have it anymore. And yeah, basically all that. And then I'm free. And then no, who else?
Oh,
The
Azia.
Oh yeah, Azia. Basically, I taught her how to better use Shun Rika, like for her to like start healing better, and even like helping. Like I sliced the tree in half. She like fixes the event and basically rejects it, and I was like, pretty good. And then there's Gasper, basically trying to use the 10 shadows, and let's just say he has a pretty good grasp on it, and I help him get at least a round deer.
Mm.
Um, I was like, you ain't ready for Maharaga just yet. Just for one, you're small. Two, you just ain't strong enough. Three, you're just not ready. So I was like, he was like, okay. And then I started teaching him how to use his time powers better, and then well, he also started to learn how to use the visionary. Well, I just told him like imagine whatever he wants, because like I'm one of the only people who can actually just manifest imagination into reality, especially with just my summons. And so I even teach Jasper like how to use certain Shikigami for certain situations, like round deer for like healing and like dispersing evil spells, but it kind of burns him a bit too, because like I mean, or matter of fact, not it actually like switches the energy up. It actually heals allies and harms enemies and their back. Is like um, and the rest of Shikigami do what they do, and then yeah, and like he also teaches them like how to use time manipulation better, and yeah. What about you?
This is where well we go into mostly Zenobia. So what I'm doing with Zenobia is kind of teaching her and how to become a better swordsman. This is where Zenobia is trying to use Duranta against me, but I right now use my own sword. which my own sword kind of just looks like a straight up purple sword with kind of purplish flames on it. This is why I'm blocking the round top pretty easily. And I'm like, okay, you're doing pretty good, Zenobia, but mostly you also have to dodge this. This is where, well, I almost cut her until she managed to dodge pretty easily. I was like, okay, cool. I'm also wanting to give you something before we actually keep continuing on. She then says, and what's that? So, I'm gonna give you an ability kind of called balance. This is where, well, she said, balance? What would that do? I'm like, don't worry, I'll teach you on how it works. But I'm also going to teach you on how to lead yourself, because I don't really like mostly Rias being the leader too much. So, of course, I went off. I did give her balance, and I just said to just train on swordsman still. Mostly one of my shadow knight soldiers, mostly Icarus. And this is where, well, Icarus and Donome were fighting. But I went off to go to the library, go get some books of like leading other things. And of course, I was just reading a couple of them just to see how good I'll be able to teach Zenobia just to lead herself and not be with mostly Rias, because I don't like devils. This is where, well, before I keep continuing on to go towards mostly, well, Zenobi's at this where, well, Azazel says, oh, hello there, Dark Lightning. I then looks at mostly Azazel says, what do you want there, fallen angel? Is it where, well, he says, oh, nothing. So what are you reading there? This? Oh, it's just to kind of teach people how to lead themselves and other things, to be a better leader. That's where, well, he says, you're gonna help Rias? Oh, no, you're sadly mistaken me. I am teaching Zenobia, so she can lead herself when mostly, she's far away from mostly Rias. This is where, well, he then looks at me and says, you really do not like devils. You're the only person that doesn't like devils at all. Why is that? I look at him and says, I have, you can say, somewhat demonic problems. Not with Artoria, but someone else as a monarch. But who cares that much? That's where, well, I then started walking away until mostly, as it says, you should at least take what's it called Rias a chance or something. Other devils a chance. I mean, you're giving Zenobia a chance. Why is that? I look at him and says, that's for me to know and for you to shut up and go away. That's where, well, I walk away from him, but as just sighs. Just like, damn it. Maybe I can get him? Damn it. That's where he walks away, but yeah. We then go into mostly Artoria and Godzilla just fighting, but yeah, they're just sparring. But we then go into, well, back into mostly Dante, but yeah.
So, yeah, I just, was, basically, I was also helping Nemu learn a little some, I was like, she does seem like I was like, even though she's already mastered, hand-to-hand combat and all that, and also even learned a few spells to use, I never really gave her a certain, type of ability. I could give her a power, but, what would fit her? Okay. Nemu, come here. He was like, yes, master? He's like, can you stop calling me that? He was like, alright, come here. I grab her and then sit her on my lap. I was like, so tell me, what do I do for you? And she was like, what do you mean? Like, what do I actually do for you instead of just order you around? Well, you allow me to eat, you let me have freedom other slaves or maids don't have, and you treat me like a genuine person. Like, okay. So, alright, I get it. But, have I gave you any, advancements? Well, you did make my body stronger. Alright, so, I think I know what I should do for you. I'm gonna give you this. And I just bestow her a power. I was like, you get the power of basically matter manipulation via your hands. And I'm pretty sure you already know how to use killing techniques, so yeah, you don't have to worry about your hands getting cut off that much. And I'm gonna give you a few summons. Here, I just give her summons and then, just be like, alright, now, okay, Kylo. And then, yeah, I just give her a few summons. And, yeah, we go over to Lightning's POV as I was coming back.
Does it work well? Mostly, well, I was training Zenobia about mostly how to use balance. With mostly Artoria and mostly Godzilla, well, female Godzilla, helping her how to control balance pretty well. But before I keep continuing on to kind of keep training her, mostly, there was another portal appearing behind me. And this time, when I turn around, it's not Artoria or any of that. She's trying to train with Zenobia. But what appears mostly is a, well, person. Wait, let me actually get the picture. So she basically looks like this. She kind of looks like a Nekomaru somewhat. Let me actually show, what's it called, Dante. Just so mostly people won't get confused and mostly Dante won't get confused. But mostly she looks like a Nekomaru somewhat. And this is where, well, she has kind of bluish eyes, slick, and this is where she seems to be able to create black holes. This is where, well, I turn around and says, what the? She then says, huh? Where am I? This is where, well, I look at her and says, don't know. Who the hell are you? This is where, well, she says, who the hell are you? This is where, well, I say, well, you can call me Dark Raikou or Dark Lightning. Doesn't really matter. Or, yeah, it doesn't really matter. So what's your name? This is where, well, she then says, oh, my name is, well, what was you? Azula. This is where, well, I say, okay, Azula, who are you and what are you doing here? Azula says, oh, I was using my magic and then I kind of went into it to see what a black hole would do to me somewhat. I then look at her and says, you do realize black holes are kind of like wormholes at the same time. She says, yeah, I don't really know how to get back to my own dimension or wherever I went from. I look at her and just sigh and says, I'm in the middle of training, so I could always just train you, I guess, to control your black holes much better. She then says, yes, do that. Does it work? Well, mostly I see Dante walking over and says, hey, Dante?
Yeah, I was like, who's the chick?
I have no clue, but her name's Azula and she came from a wormhole by going into a black hole. Don't question that.
I mean, I could send her back home, but I mean, okay.
This is where, well, I was like, yeah, I can send her back home also, just the problem is, I don't know which dimension she's from exactly.
I mean, all I really need is her vibrational frequency, and then open a portal that's the exact same in every deep. And yeah.
This is where, well, I said, okay, Azula, I guess we can, where the hell did you go? This is where she's right now kind of helping, well, mostly, Zenobia with mostly her magic control. Because even though Zenobia doesn't have much magic control, she's still able to help her with that. This is where, well, she's teaching her how to do this and that. I'm like, Dante? Should we, this is where, well, I kind of just say, wait a minute. This is where, well, I kind of tried to ask for Azula to come over here, but Azula seems to be quite interested with mostly the other girls, and I'm like, did I just get another girl?
I think you just did, dog. I think
you just did. I already had fucking Godzilla, Zenobia, and even what's it called? Mostly Atoria. I don't need another one.
Waifu troubles.
That's where, well, I look at him and says, wait a minute. She has a tail. Does that mean she could be a Nekomaru?
Yep. And then now,
Oh, what?
now we after the training, what happens?
Oh, after the training is over, mostly it goes on for the young devils kind of meeting.
All right. Okay. But I think because wait, is because Isaac revealed Kuroka in one of the chapters. Well, I mean early in the series, well, when he said he was smashing her, did he meet? But did he put them like in the same room and like? I think we just knew that they were siblings, but we just never had them introduce each other.
Yeah. I think we
Yeah,
just didn't
so
care too much about it.
story. And then we all show up. Rhea shows up first, and then we all there, and it's like, alright. Everybody just eating, having a good time. You know what I'm saying? And
Well,
you
kind
know,
of before that, mostly when we went to the young double meeting, this where well, mostly we were getting to the door until we hear arguing with the young devils. I kind of look at Dante and says, "Murder." This is
no,
this is yeah. Dante says no, but this is where well, I kind of open the door anyway, and I just see mostly a girl with kind of greenish hair and kind of orangey eyes, with mostly glasses, and of course a guy with kind of like yellowish hair that kind of looks like mostly like a prick or something. Right now, arguing with the girl with kind of greenish hair, I say, if I can't murder them, then I'll choose violence. This is where I appear right in front of the guy with blonde hair and knock the hell out of him. This is where I say, done.
okay.
I'm like, problem solved. The guy's knocked out. We're done.
Please don't start any more problems here.
I was like, well, no promises entirely until the girl with kind of greenish hair says, thank you. Thank you for kind of knocking him out. He was getting annoying. I was like, yeah, sure. I look away, kind of a little flustered that Devil actually lowered their pride down to actually thank me, which I was shocked. And Dante noticed me kind of being flustered a little bit.
Well, that happened.
This is where, well, someone behind mostly the group kind of appeared, being mostly it's none other than Bell Sir Orcus, or Sir Orcus Bell. Being Rias' older, well, not older, yeah, older cousin.
Crazy. What is you doing here? I mean, what's up?
This is where, well, Sir Orcus says, ah, you must be Dante, the one that helped my cousin from the marriage. Thank you again for doing that. He gives out a strong handshake to Dante.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't just me, it was my home. Yeah.
This is where, well, Sir Orcus says, are you talking about that one over there? He points towards me, who's right now kind of like receiving kind of thanks from mostly Secret, but yeah, not the point.
Alright.
Well, mostly, aren't you going to say no? Because clearly, yeah.
Oh, right. My fault. I kind of saw something and I was looking at it. My fault.
Oh,
But I'm back on track now.
okay. Well, mostly Dante would have said no. He said it was another person. But yeah. Zora, sir. You can go.
Alright, I was like, hey, yo, where's Konako?
Or we're not at that part yet. But let me just.
Okay.
Oh wait. Mostly Circle says, okay. Well, it was nice to see you all, but I gotta go check on that one devil that your friend knocked out. That's where. Well, I kind of just say, yeah, you're welcome there, a Secret. This is where. Well, her name is Secret, but not the point. She would have been in a light novel or something. I don't know. I don't care too much. But this is where, well, she kind of just nodded and, of course, walked away. This is where, well, she kind of had a tint of a blush on her face because how good looking I was. But this where well, we then go into mostly a time skip with the meeting between mostly the northern god and mostly northern faction being that Odin, and the three factions being that of Azo, Michael, and even was it called Sarasex being there. But yeah. This is where well mostly that was happening while Konoko decided to disappear. But yeah, we go into Dante's POV.
Alright. I was like, dang, I wish I could be at that meeting. But, new generation, huh? Are those girls doing TikTok dances? Okay. Um, okay, so who attacks during this time?
Oh wait, mostly let me say one thing. When Dante saw those like TikTok dances with like the new generation, mostly he sees one person recording, but then sees a shadow soldier ant right now, kind of well not a soldier, well yeah, shadow soldier appear. The guy was looking away from his phone, and this is where the phone was snatched up and just kind of crushed, then put back on his hand. This is where well mostly Dante says well, he looks straight at me, kind of knowing what exactly I'm doing. Dante. Okay, well, I don't know where Dante even went. But of course, we go into mostly me kind of doing all that. While we go into mostly who actually attacked was actually, what's it called? Loki. Well, mostly Kaneko leaves and then Loki appears. But yeah.
Yeah, I was like, yo, who is this dude?
That's where Loki says, "Ah, I am the god of trickery. I am a Loki. I am the son of Odin."
Mm-hmm.
That's where, well, I look at it and says, God? Huh, I don't care. You just look like some kind of blue hair faggot, but yeah, I mean.
Um, yeah. What happened again? My fault. I saw something else.
Okay, well, like, I guess I'll be the explainer. Pretty much just Loki is kind of fighting, well, mostly he wants to stop the alliance meeting between Odin and, of course, the Christian faction. That being mostly the three factions, but who cares? This is where, oh, mostly Loki wants to fight them. He summoned out Finra, but this is where, well, Barricule kind of uses his lightning magic to protect Akano, while mostly Ajuka right now uses magic to kind of trap both Finro and Loki and then teleport them somewhere else.
Hey, yeah. Now, this guy just made things troublesome, but I'm pretty sure I can deal with it. Yo, Lightning,
What?
want to see if summons can beat him?
Sure, why not?
Now, of course, I put my hands together and just like, but first I'm gonna just go ahead now. Now, I never said what specifically you could summon, but I mean, might as well use one of the my Vajra. It just slams lightning right to him. He's like, noise. And then, Loki said, who hit me with lightning? He's like, I looked at him like, I did. And of course, he tried to hit me with ice magic. I was like, yeah, not happening. I just go ahead and put that away and bring out a sword. Well, two of them. And literally just use this Nitoryu. I forgot. Oh. What the?
Huh?
Yeah, I just pull out a katana and start slicing dudes up. Well, Loki up specifically. And then, yeah, basically just start beating his tail. And I was like, hey, yo, tap in.
I just like look at mostly Dante say, fine, This is where, well, I summon out a sword because, well, yes, I can summon out weapons, but mostly I summon out something called the Takamaku Blade. This is where, well, mostly before Dante can even realize what the blade is because it's actually releasing such powerful aura. This is where, well, I say impure slice. This is where, well, or not impure slice, impure dash stab. This is where, well, the sword right now stabs into Loki and yeah, it just blows up Loki into nothing. I'm like, done.
Yeah, that's gotta be painful.
Yeah, Loki's dead.
I was like, yeah, so I guess no curse for Issei and Rias.
I then look at Dante and says, you never did specifically say which blade or whatever we can summon.
Yeah, I never said that. And wait, where's... We gotta go see if Rias and Austin, man, wait, hold on a second. Where did Rias and them go?
That's why I look at Dante and says, that's why I use mostly my future sight, or mostly the Almighty. And that's why I say, oh, they're outside right now.
Yeah, and then, there's like one guy over here for like, bees or whatever. I forgot what it was. Yeah, but,
Biku?
basically it's, Daywalkers, no, wait, no, we're talking about crazy. I mean, it was some mechanics that. Okay, my fault. Um,
If you're getting tired, we can always end it off here.
nah, I just got confused there for a sec, but I still got more mid dog. Anyways, so from what I remember, Kuriko. Basically,
Kuroka?
Rias, yeah, I forgot how to spell her name.
It's kind of,
Kuroko.
yeah, Kuroka.
Yeah, so, no, basically, Kuriko's in that situation right now, and, um, basically, Issei and Rias go ahead and try to find where, Kuriko is, and then, they found her, and, well, things kind of go into canon, except Issei doesn't have the boosted gear, but, I mean, hey, he was able to, cut through her defenses.
Wait.
And,
Wait, you guys never did tell me that Issei doesn't have the boosted gear.
oh yeah, he doesn't have, I mean, he has amplification.
I put him up with Tani, and so of course I thought he still had the boosted gear.
I mean, it's kind of the same thing, but I mean, Isaac has boosted gear.
Oh,
Oh. I mean, I have a boosted gear too, but you never see me using it.
okay, well, I have an idea for something like that.
Okay. And then I just come through and be like, "Yo, what's happening? Kuriko? Like, Dante? Like," and then, he says that you guys know each other. Yeah. It's one of Isaac's mates. Like, for real? He's like, "How are you guys so lucky?" Like, mm. And then Kuriko said, "Yeah, I need to go." Like, why leave it? Because I know I wouldn't stand a chance. Yeah.
This is where, well, before anything else happened, I appeared right next to Biku, or mostly just above the air, kind of just crashing down with Biku, and it says, I knocked out the monkey! This is where, well, mostly Dante looks at me saying, what the?
So I'm thinking, like, what the heck, monkey?
I was like, yeah, he's the son of Sun Wukong, and he wanted a fight, and he was basically flying around with the cloud, so I decided to kick his ass.
There's a big old gorilla. That's not. Okay, that's crazy. No. Anyways, yeah, I think that's like the end of it.
Yeah, technically it would be kind of the end of it somewhere.
Alright, so that's the end of the fight. And then, like, the factions came together, the group,
The alliance was still going.
took all the blame for it, everything's on Odin's hands, and yeah. So after that bath scene, and then we just gonna skip that. I don't care about it. And yeah, basically we just off like driving the whole train. I mean, well, the train was taking us back home or something.
Yeah, the
I
train will
think it
be
was like
taken.
end of summer. I forgot, but yeah. And no, this time Akino doesn't ask like if she can get Issei. So I think Akino would just straight out say, um, like, do you want to go out? We can go out later. I was like, all right. And let's just say, like, no, like, things kind of went into canon with like the whole Issei and Akino thing, but like, except just no stalking.
And no Issei.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, no, she just like, we went to like Target, IKEA. No, I'm just kidding. No, that's crazy. It's like we're all over the place, and like, she gave her ice cream, and like, always gave him my best. And then, just like, I still can't figure out. This is when I still can't figure out name for my abilities. I'm just kidding. I could, but um, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, basically this is where like we get to the red light district somehow. I was like, okay, let's leave. But she was like, no, we were right in front of a love hotel, and I could tell what she wanted to do. I was like, nah, I'm good. So yeah, I mean that happened the way it did. Then we met freaking Akino's father. You take his words.
Oh yeah. Akino, what are you doing here? Why are you here with Dante?
It was like, yo, so sir.
Yes, I know who you are. You're Dante. Chromosome. Yeah, a
No,
flip.
Chrono.
Chrono.
Chromosome.
Sorry, man. I fucked that up.
No, Chrono.
Chrono. Nova. Oh
Like,
yeah, Nova
just,
Chrono. And why are you here with him?
he was like, why do you want to know?
Because I'm your father, Akino.
Like, no, you're not. He's like, you know what? Why don't you leave? I don't consider you my father. You weren't there for that, Like, yeah, like,
Berku.
dang, sheesh. Uh, like, I don't really remember what exactly she said, but like, yeah, something get into that.
This,
Yeah, I was like, sheesh, this is not my issue, but I mean, it is.
this is where I almost see Berku kind of looks a little bit sad and says, well, don't, uh, I actually don't remember fully what Berku says, so I'm going to have to just make up random stuff.
Yeah.
Berku says, well, young lady, at least think this through before going ahead with what you were going to do with Dante.
She was like, and then, like, I was like, sheesh. Then Akino Gazette tells me her past and all. I was like, I get it. And then she finally just, like, tries to push me down the bed and try to make baby. He was like, yo, as much as I would like to, nah, I can't. Because for one, it's not going to help the situation. In fact, if I do it, probably going to make her, for one, more attached to me, which I don't mind, but probably not want to talk to her father as much anymore. And then I somehow touched her eek, and then it showed to me like that she actually knows it's not her dad's fault, but she just wanted someone to blame. And I was like, yeah, that's not healthy. And we apologized to him, and like, yeah, she gets it. and she made a bento after a while. She made a bento for him. Well, first, like the whole
The curry?
yeah Mo,
Huh?
need my help real quick.
Oh yeah. What?
All right. So they gonna need my help real quick. Can you just hold it down for me?
Sure.
All right.
Okay, so we go into mostly, of course, after Dante and even was called Akano's little date and situation, we go into mostly mine and mostly, well, a situation between me on a date with mostly four different girls. Zenobia, what's it called? Zenobia, female Godzilla, and also what's it called? Uh, Artoria and mostly, Azula. But yeah, they were all kind of wondering to go on this date. Because mostly Artoria would rather not go on this date because she rather try to fuck me, but yeah, like any good time. While mostly Godzilla, or I should really call her a different name instead of just calling her Godzilla. So, let me actually think about that. So her name is Gojiren, and of course, well, Gojiren, Azula, and mostly Artoria, and mostly, what's it called? Zenobia were going all on this date. Of course, I did see Dante and his problem with mostly Barrico and the others. I just wanted to ignore it, which I did. Doesn't work well. Most of that was happening. We go into mostly a bunch of the stores. This worked well. Mostly in some of the stores, I was kind of in the bathroom, getting something kind of a little bit of like stroke and suck somewhat by either Artoria, Gojilla, or even was it called Zenobia, or even Azula. Yes, Azula actually decided to learn some things like that. This well, I really could not contain myself after a while. Well, I could because I was tired from all them fucking experience. But when we got back home, we had to have a very fun, interesting time. This well, mostly Issei, well not Issei, mostly I just fucking yeah. You basically know I just banged the hell out of all of them. Took about like well almost the entire night, but yeah. I was dead ass tired the next day, but yeah, this where well, I did not want to go to school or any of that. So I didn't. I didn't care. I fell asleep, but yeah. But we go into mostly a time skip from all that to mostly now, well, so with all that happening, of course, we go into the next day. Of course, Issei and Ozzy were basically walking around. Of course, this is where they meet Diodora, and of course, this is where Diodora tries to kind of mostly ask Rias to kind of trade mostly Ozzy with him. And of course, that's still going to similar original canon, but yeah. We go into a time skip of mostly rating games between the young devils and other things like that. But since it really is not important to either me or Dante's, well, I mean, Dante is kind of doing something else. He's actually training with mostly, Akano, and yeah, other than that, also, yeah, or just talking to her. Mostly, we go into mostly the rating games between the, mostly, yeah, the, what's it called, Rias Parage versus Diodora, but of course, well, Ozzy does get catcher, with mostly like original canon kind of happening. But yeah, me, Dante, and well, we'll see. My group is there with Dante's group also being there. But yeah, to save Ozia, even though I didn't want to come at all, I was too tired and lazy. But yeah.
Oh, I'm back.
Oh, you're back.
What happened? Yes.
So pretty much, let me actually pause this for a second.
So so like we're being attacked by those old Satan faction people, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so from what I remember, okay, so these people were trying to attack us, right? But of course, I just fended them off with a barrier or whatnot, come up with like barrier constructs, like kill them, well, kinda, and then turns out Azazel and Odin, so they So they some like wise rice and whatnot, and told us to go forward. So we all did, and then we made it to the rating game spot. I was like, okay. So we're in front of females. I can just smell it. I don't know. And then, we all start getting attacked by them. And, we were holding them off pretty good. And
This is
then
where well. Can I say something? While mostly all of them were kind of attacking us, this is where well Azula kind of says, "Oops, there goes your spell," by using counter spell by using her kind of black hole magic to just send all their attacks back to each other.
And then there's the whole strip naked part, and I was like, oh, dang.
Damn.
But they don't seem phased by it. Yeah, these girls are not normal. Then he says, yeah, they can't get embarrassed. He like, man. Yeah, so Issei just developed this new technique, which is basically what was it called again? He basically allows him to like.
That one I don't fucking remember.
It's basically like understanding like boob movements.
Yeah, something like that. I just don't remember what it's called.
Yeah, it's weird. But yeah. Basically, we all just ended up beating them. Well, Reese and Akino was taking on the queen, even though she was as strong. The healing mages were just healing her. I was like, hey,
Huh?
okay, so there looks like the girls are having trouble with them. Um, I guess I have to use the number one tactic when it comes to women.
Oh yeah. Envy.
Manipulation.
Oh. I mean, technically.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Akino. Hmm? And I was like, okay, hey, if you beat that creature looking, if you beat that weird white, I'll let you be my little pocket sage. Well, whatever the freak that means. And then like, hey, Kaneko, you told me this would work, right? Is that, like, I don't know, man. I'm gonna check though. And then, yeah, mine just start bursting, and then freaking, um, freaking, freaking, Nemu was like, why would Master choose you over me? Well, I don't know. Well, it seems like he says I'm the best, basically. Says, I don't think he really said that. I think he'd just take you out or something. You not even know what pocket is. Hold on.
Oh wait, pause. So while mostly Nimbu and also mostly Nemu and also mostly Akano just decide to destroy the hell out of mostly the queen, I just kind of see this in Sweat Drop. This is where, well, I was like, yeah, Dante's just going to have that much power over those girls. I don't really care. Well, it's time for me to, well, do some bullshit by actually just, well, making a darkness clone right now appear right next to me, and goodbye. This is where I decide to use Switch while everyone was distracted. They did not notice the darkness clone was just there. This is where I appear next to Diodora, and Diodora is laughing and say, well, Ozzy, you will be mine. And this is where, well, I just say, hey, buddy, I'm right next to you. This is where, well, Diodora turns around and says, huh? How did you? This is where, well, I say, you don't need to know. Other than that, bye. This is where I cut his head off in an instant, making Ozzy scream and kind of just cry a little bit, saying, why did he do something like that? I say, shut up, bitch. First of all, I'm not like Isaac. I'm not going to just tell you that I'm gonna do, yeah, no. But for real, I just don't want to deal with you. You're annoying half the time, so let's just go. This is where almost Ozzy, I I see. This is where, well, the group of, like, the others are actually coming, but this is where they deal with Freed, which Freed gets taken out by Mosi. Kiba this time. Well, not Kiba, mostly Zenobia this time. This is where Zenobia easily kills him by using the balance to actually deflect mostly the misfortune upon mostly Free, while using good fortune to increase her speed and other things. But yeah, this is where, well, while that was happening, we go into mostly a time skip of them showing up. But before anything else can happen, this is where, well, mostly a light beam actually appears. Right now, on top of, well, on top of mostly, Zenobia. This is where, well, I wind my eyes and say, Zenobia, move! This is where Zenobia tries to move out of the way, but this is where she gets teleported. This is where Artoria says, I already know where she went. This is where she says, Dark lightning. This is where she noticed my aura right now explode with anger and murderous. This is where, well, I sometimes don't like mostly people getting teleported or attacked or try to be killed. And that's where I look at mostly Artoria and say, go get her. This is where Artoria nodded and decides to disappear. While I look at the person who decides to do something stupid like this. His name was, I forgot his like full name. I think it was Shelba Beelzebub. And this is where, well, he says, haha, now I'll be able to. This is where, well, I say, shut up. I had enough of your bullshit already. This is where, well, he says, what are you going on with? This is where, well, I ran up, pull out something similar to that of the boosted gear. Mostly, I kind of seen it once with mostly Isaac, but this is where, well, it's not a boosted gear, but mine is like a black gauntlet, black draconic gauntlet, and this is where, well, I then say it's time for me to use something called Juggernaut Drive. I kind of seen it before, but not the point. This is where, well, I start kind of using my own callouts. This is where, well, so this is the chant for the Black Dragon, yeah, Drive, but not the point.
I shall awaken. I am the dragon who stole the principles of annihilation from God. Laugh at the infinite and crush the dreams. I shall send you to the depths of abyssal purgatory and the heights of black paradise. I shall become the Black Dragon, God of annihilation. Imperial Juggernaut Overdrive.
While that happened, my aura exploded. This is where, well, my shadow darkness was literally becoming stronger. This is where, well, I use darkness or mostly Monarch domain. This is where, well, before anyone can, what? Oh, right now I'm going into kind of a Juggernaut state drive.
For who, Issei?
Oh, no, me.
Oh, crap.
It's called Imperial Juggernaut Drive.
Are you out of control right now?
Yeah, I'm in control. But right now, I'm scaring the shit out of Shalba Beelzebub, whatever.
Ajuka?
No, not Ajuka, mostly Shalba.
Oh, okay.
And this is where, well, mostly Shalba says, what are you? This is not the Red Dragon or the White Dragon power. I say, hell no, but I am the Dragon of Abyss. Time for you to die, you bastard. No one, and I mean no one, hurts one of my girls. This is where, well, I send a very powerful blast strike to Shalba. Shalba tries to use mostly light magic, but shit, it doesn't hurt me because one problem is that my darkness already destroyed, or darkness creatures already destroyed the light magic. And
Hey, I gotta go do something now.
okay,
Just
wait.
go.
Okay, this is where, well, mostly I say abyss. Well, mostly not abyss. I say abyss. Annihilation. This is where, well, I send a very powerful abyss attack straight to Shalba right now, just destroying him in an instant. This is where I get out of my Juggernaut Drive, and this is where, well, I say, well, that was easier than expected. This is where Zenobia is brought back by mostly Artoria. Artoria says, well, I brought her back. I brought back one of the freaking bitches. Why? Would you get angry if I would have got hurt? This is where I look at her and say, well, you're already too powerful. So, mostly, maybe. This is where she glares at me and says, really? This is where I say, I'm just kidding. Don't worry. I will also be worried about you. This is where, well, I kind of grab her hand and pull her closer to me. This is where I was whispering to her ear saying, besides, I'm always caring. Why do you not believe that I'm not caring? This is where she scoffs and says, whatever. This is where everyone is swept up while we go into mostly a time skip of getting back towards mostly the overworld. But yeah, after getting, well, destroying the Diodora and Shalba. But yeah. So the curse between mostly Rias and Issei never happened because mostly Loki was destroyed instantly. by mostly well, me again. But of course, well, mostly after all that happening, we go back into a time skip of mostly getting to school and other things. Other than that, this is where, well, I was right now kind of in my room getting, of course, well, mostly a nice kind of, well, morning wake up call. But yeah, Dante was right now also kind of, well, mostly dealing with the fact with Ocno and even Nibel kind of like fighting in the morning. But yeah, while we go into mostly someone actually appearing on, well, upon mostly this world, well, they just breathe out and saying, oh, well, it's time to take over this place. Or I am not, well, mostly he says, it's time to take over this place. This is where he chuckles evilly and laughs evilly. But this is where I might leave it off because, yeah.
Alright, I'm back.
Okay, well, I'm gonna end that off here.
Yeah, alright, you ended it off? Alright.
Yeah. Other than that, I'll be leaving this. Dante came back, but yeah, other than that, bye. See you guys. And you got anything else to say, Dante, or?
Yeah, this might get remastered.
Yeah, it might get remastered, probably. Who knows? Other than that, bye.